Yes.
Good afternoon. Welcome to PJ and the Beard. This is our 19 conversation series. This is episode number 60. We had like a whole 3 days off from this. I feel rusty. I'm not sure what to do. See Brian Landreth in the chat. Hey, Brian. Hey, Paul and Brody Hutchins and Pete Hickson in the chat already. What's up, guys? So we took Friday off.
Is that what we did?
Pat's doing the facepalm emoji right now.
I know. I'm sorry. I had it all set and I did something literally as he was counting down. So sorry. My OCD is kicking in where I was trying to get the whole logo in. Yeah, was that Friday? We just take 2 days off, 1 day?
We took Friday off. We took Saturday off. And we normally don't do Sunday.
Right.
There's Greg Platzer. Still no pedalboard pick. It's hard, like hold up the camera, snap. Sarcasm. Hashtag sarcasm.
Take a picture of Sarah's pedalboard. We'll take any pedalboard at this point.
All right. So we took Friday off to record.
Yes, we did.
And we recorded Friday night, and we got 2 videos done, and I'm happy with both of them. And then Saturday night, we tried to record again. It just was... I think we were burnt. We were talking about doing it Sunday, and as the day progressed, I was working all day, and I was just like, I can't do it. So hopefully, again, sometime this week we'll get together because we have to get started on the Tremolo series. But I feel like we maybe have gotten started on the Tremolo series. I feel like the clips you sent me last night probably mean you feel better about it now.
Yeah, we have a little favorite coffee shop in town that we've done a lot of our pre-production meetings in, and that place is closed. And Jason and I have only shared space with the plexiglass between us twice. So pre-production's been a little weird on this one in basically saying, here's the pedals, here's the ones we're going to play in the intro. What do we want to play on each one? So I did finally sit down with several of them and tried to see what was speaking to me as I dialed up certain things. So we are on our way to getting it done.
Yeah. I was just telling Pat, I might have put in a ridiculously low offer on Reverb for a pedal that we didn't have that I thought would be a good one to include, thinking that there was no way they would accept it, and they did, so now there's one more.
You're right.
Looking at the screen, he sees Beard and PJ. You're trying to...
I wonder if I'm upside down. Sometimes people are watching on their laptop.
No, just we're out of order.
Yes, I got you. I got you, Greg. Sorry. Here's a question for you. Production value. Did you turn your light on today?
Yes, it did. Because I have literally been sitting in front of the computer doing Zoom sessions all day.
I just wanted you to be washed out because for some reason today I look like I have jaundice. So
Brian said the Stinger and Walrus videos were really good. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. The Stinger videos, let's talk about, I think it's 2 pedals of the day.
Okay.
Because I think first one, the first video we shot, actually the second video we shot, first one we released was the Stinger Fuzz from Tim at TL Pedals.
Yeah.
I love this pedal. I do.
I played it for the first time in the video, and I liked it too. I mean, I did kind of a chord thing when we were playing it, and at the end I did some really bad wankery with it, I think. But yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, cool pedal. So, and then I guess the big pedal for us today, when we were talking with Colt, he was a guest on the 19 conversation series. On this series, he was one of our guests. When we were talking with him, he mentioned that a pedal was going to drop in June. Somebody asked him, I think Paul Ewing actually asked him if that pedal, if they had any plans on doing an overdrive, and he was kind of cryptic about it and just said, we haven't done an overdrive in a long time. The market's very saturated, no pun intended.
Right.
And if they were going to drop one, there'd be a reason.
He should have said if we were going to drop one, we'd build one for the ages. That's what he should have said.
Right. And when we got off, we were like, if you're dropping a pedal, we'd love to do a demo of it. And they actually sent it to us. So, I mean, great guys at Walrus, because we called them a couple months ago. We got in touch with them and we're like, hey, we were doing this Tremolo series. We'd like to get the monument. And we also kind of really would like to, it's still sitting on my desk from when it was pedal of the day. You can go back and figure out what episode that was. I would really like to see the Kangra, and they gave us a really good price to be able to buy some pedals from them, which once these are recorded, that new delay pedal they dropped a couple months ago, Pat and I both, I think, are looking at that like that could be something that we should.
Right.
Anyway, they just sent this one over. So they sent it over. Of course, Walrus always has nice packaging. There it is. And Walrus or Die. Pedal of the day. Boom, 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 boom. There it is.
Ta-ra.
Bad boy. Let's just make this right here.
Only the second time ever we've had a pedal before it was released.
Second time, third pedal.
Yes, true story. Second time, third pedal, we found out about another pedal the day before it was released, but we didn't have it. The PG-14.
Right.
Josh Scott told us about it the day before. But no, we got that one, and it was good.
Yeah.
Despite our best efforts, we couldn't find a bad sound.
Right. No, and I'm kind of ruined on overdrives because I've been such a fan of Dave Barber's pedals for so long.
Right.
When it got here, I was like, oh, it's an overdrive. But we've been getting some really good overdrives because not only this overdrive, but we have Tim's overdrive that we have to do an episode on coming up.
Tim, I can't hold it up at my house because it's actually made it back over to the studio. So that means it's in the pipeline.
Right. We did just hold up the Stinger Fuzz right before Tim got here, though. So we were raving about that. So the two videos that we shot, first two videos after the quarantine, Stinger Fuzz, Walrus Audio, Ages. And if you haven't seen the video, go check out the video. We'd love for you to go check out the video. But what's really, really cool about this is it has 5 modes. It's the 5-state overdrive. And they go from like kind of a light clipping to a heavy. And there's 2 different types. There's like a LED clipping in there, and there's something else. The dry. I always think of Dave. I guess Dave isn't here, but I always think of Dave because it reminds me of the blend knob on his compressor.
Right.
And I would just love to know if that's like the same kind of circuit that he made. So is the blend knob on the compressor, is it made it? And we figure there's a couple other pedals out there that have that. Like I think the Sparkle Drive has our too, but it would be interesting to know, is that the same? Are they doing that kind of the same way as Dave's clean blend on the compressor? But awesome graphics. I think probably the best thumbnail I've ever made.
Yeah, it's a true story.
For any of our videos was the thumbnail on this one.
And the opening of the video was unique.
Right. And I was actually pretty happy with my playing in the opening of the video. Like I was.
As you should be.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with that, which I'm not always.
It doesn't always happen, right? We're always like, well, we're done.
There it is.
Yeah, that's a baby.
For better or worse. But yeah, I was pretty happy with that, and loving the way the pedal sounded. And so, yeah,
it really was cool for Colt Westbrook to just send it to us, and it was kind of fun to not know what it is, and that's clearly the unboxing, and we didn't show you that's what it was. Only twice we've been sworn to secrecy, and we'd like to be sworn to secrecy again, so we didn't play our hand. But it was kind of cool to release that pedal, and we did a noon, Eastern Standard Time release, and there was plenty of others. But it was kind of cool to be in that first round. Like by the time ours was released and premiered, I went out and looked, and there was probably 17 or 18 other videos about that. So to be in that first round was really cool, and it was awesome for Walrus to do that because it was quite a mixture of YouTubers that got those pedals. So certainly fortunate and grateful to be considered in that group and get one.
Okay, well, what a good company.
Yeah.
To be in with that.
And not just because they bought lights from the Tiger King. I mean, that's just a side. That just takes them up a notch. But
well, I meant good company as far as the other YouTubers that released it.
Oh,
so.
I thought you meant they're a good company. Yes, right.
Of course, we didn't invite him on the show and beg him to send us the pedal. He probably wouldn't have. But
But we had already purchased 2 pedals before we did that.
Right. So
We're trying to decide, is that the formula? Buy before you try? Or do you just alms for the pull and they just send stuff? We don't know. We just ask nicely and have our wallet out just in case.
right.
So TL Pedals, Tim joining. Tim, I did not get to catch your time with Ben Combs live. I got to go back and watch a little bit of it. I hope that went well for you. It's cool to see you out there on Ben's show last night.
Yeah, I probably watched a good half hour, 40 minutes of it.
Mm-hmm. Really happy to
amp and showing the amp badge.
Yeah, it's a cool thing about this channel. We never would have met a guy like Tim and his daughter Brielle. So it's just like, I don't know. It's kind of a bit of a pinch me season we're in with this channel right now. It's really great, and we appreciate everybody being so dedicated to our Oprah time slot, even though we've backed out of it a couple times to actually get together and shoot. So, but it's been cool.
I'm representing today, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
Dog Paul just joined in.
Oh yeah,
Dog Paul.
Yeah, a lot of people commenting that they got to see Tim last night on Ben's show.
I just said to my wife, it's like Friday. We should be in the car, heading to camp.
Right.
Any other year, Friday we would be there.
Does Yankee Candle make a poutine flavored scented candle? Maybe you could just light one of those.
You can't even say that word. Now I'm thinking, oh my gosh, we're not even going to get a poutine. This summer could be a total bust.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, my son comes in, he's like, oh, so-and-so's having a graduation party. Can I go? And they're like, what do you say? Like,
right. Put on your beekeeper suit.
Well, I mean, and what has changed? I had a student talking about school start next year, and they were like, it's stupid that we wouldn't start. I'm like, well, what has changed? Like, what has changed since you left school? Has anything like changed? I really want to go to Canada. All right. Brian said he had no idea shooting a demo was such an involved process. Yeah, I mean, it's. I don't know. I don't think we're good at it yet, but we're getting better at it. Maybe
it wouldn't happen on our end if it weren't for the guy in that square over there, because it is a lot of hard work. And I've said this before in another part of my life. I do sports broadcasting, and I have a broadcast partner. And I've listened to broadcasts where there's only one guy, and that's tough. You don't have anybody to play off of. So at least with Jason and I, we have, twice the ideas and sometimes twice the energy, and we can bounce things off of each other. And so, I really admire people, and Brian, trying to kind of do it on your own. It's not easy. It's fun most of the time, almost all the time, until we get too tired. It just gets really sloppy, and we're not back in recording shape yet. Trust me.
Well, and I haven't broken down any of what we did Saturday night. And in the back of my, this is the way it typically works. In the back of my mind, I'm going, is it even worth breaking that video down, or do we shoot it again? I'll break it down, because a lot of times you find out, it's not as bad as you thought. But I mean, I didn't.
Well, it's kind of funny.
Feel great about it.
We were already saying hi to Tim and talking about Tim, but we had a question about one of his pedals, so we sent him a message. But in the interim, we started in on our next pedal, and goal was short video, which that's tough for us. And we made some mistakes in the first time, like, we can bang through this and get through it again. Second time, made some mistakes. Third time, kind of humming along. Tim called. So I think that's where we stopped. I think Tim called, and we're like, I don't know if we went back to it or not, or we just were like, that's a wrap. I can't remember what we did. Did we get to the end?
Not sure if he called during the second or the third time, but we did record the whole. We started. I deleted everything off that the bikes had gotten, and we tried to redo it. And I mean, that doesn't happen very often that we re-record something.
Mm-mm. Watch our videos. You'll know that's true.
There was like one other video that I swear we must have recorded like 4 or 5 times.
We left one camera off one time, and we hose things up. Yeah, there's been a couple that have been a little bit intensive in labor, but literally we were saved by the bell when Tim called. He would probably save us from ourselves. So
one day the mics weren't recording. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing better than like, okay, we're done, and then you look down to turn the camera off, and you're like, oh, the camera wasn't
yeah.
off.
Whoops.
What the heck?
And the pedal cam is my job. I've got one job. Well, I've got 2 jobs. Turn the lights on, kind of, sort of. Make sure the pedal cam is on. The main camera I don't think has ever been off. The pedal cam has been off a couple times. Just saying. Did I mention one job? So.
I don't know. It's fun. I mean, as long as it's fun, and that's the thing, Brian. Like, if you're, I mean, it might be hard work and stuff, but if you're having fun and you're not doing it to actually, if you don't let how many views it gets and how many subscribers you get and all that bother you, and you just do it and you're having fun doing it, then and it works out. I really enjoy the video editing part of it. Sometimes more than others, but and there's parts of it. Like right now, writing descriptions for the YouTube thing is like the bane of my existence. That's the part. When I get to that part, it's like I have to write a description. But the actual editing, that's normally fun, and you get better at it, and you start to learn things. And hats off to Brian. If you guys haven't subscribed to Brian Landreth's channel, you have to. Like I'm sure, looking at who's here, but maybe there's people here that are lurking that we don't know. So if you're lurking and we don't know, you say hi. But if you haven't subscribed to Brian Landreth's channel, he's putting out some good content, and the guy's doing it all. Like, Brian, you're doing it all on your phone. Like, he has like laid a drum track and a bass track and laid some overdubs over it, and it's cool stuff. And Brian does that kind of deeper dive into it, and gets, we twist a couple knobs and act like we know what we're doing. Brian actually does sometimes. Maybe. So right. Definitely, definitely get into that. Or when the pedal cam is on and the pedal's like crooked, you can pull the video over, and the pedal's at like a wonky angle, so you can't.
So the dog paw has spent his time editing. He said, I edit for therapy so I can yell at Resolve. FYI, I did video post for 40 years.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Probably seen a lot of changes.
Right. Sure. I mean, there's like, I don't know why we're running down the rabbit hole, but there's just so many like little things, lighting, color correction. Like, I don't even bother with color. Okay, we suck at color correction. I don't do it. Like,
look at me, I'm jaundiced.
I did it at one point. I tried to do it, and I'm like, I really don't. I'm pushing buttons. I don't know what they're doing, and if it's making it better, so I'm just going to stop because the picture's pretty good, and I'm not a photographer. But would like to learn more about that. Would like to learn more about lighting. Would like to get maybe a better set of light. I don't know. It's a never-ending hole.
Sure.
We took the kids on a field trip to York College, and we were looking at their video place, and they had like a stage setup, and they had a table with an overhead cam on it to record what happens on the demo table. And the cam must have been like 20 feet in the air. Like, I still can't figure out how they can get like a clear close-up shot with a cam that far away, but it was just this like little tiny hardwired cam, probably real high resolution hardwired cam that went into the computer. I'm like, that's really slick. That would be nice to have something mounted like up on the ceiling pointing down, and you don't have to worry about it. We also need to figure out vocal mics, like if anybody's using, like, it's the Rode NT2 shotgun mics, which sound like they'd be pretty good, but it's a lot of money to invest without knowing. I don't know. Right. One take demos, there's an idea. That's basically what you get from us.
Yeah, we stop more to correct our gaffes in talking or forgetting to do something. But enough
about it. Well, I guess we're just excited about doing it again. It's kind of fun. I can't believe we took that much time off.
Well, excited about getting to do it again, and man, we jumped right back in with a bang with the Walrus thing. We're just like, wow, that's
Yeah, and Tim's. I mean, and that there's a bunch of pedals that we need to do. If you discount the Tremolo series, because there's a lot of pedals in that we have to do, and we have to do kind of quickly, so that's going to start soon. There's a bunch of other pedals we really need to do, but I feel really good about moving the fuzz and the Singer fuzz and the Walrus up front and starting with those.
because we got a handful of pedals during quarantine, and already had some we needed to get to. So we're just trying to do right by people who have helped us out. Do right by them, and do it right. So,
all right, should we do clip?
Let's do it. Even though we stepped away from the live streams for a couple days, we're kind of still on our unofficial theme of Famale guitar players.
That's still trying to make up just in case his comment was sexist.
Right. Maybe, possibly, like I wasn't trying to be like.
just in case we're gonna feature every female guitar player
from now until we never do YouTube anymore. There are female guitar players going to be born during the show that we will talk about in 18 years.
See you later, Tom.
So this one, I don't think she's completely an under the radar player by any means. She's an endorsed PRS artist. She's hung around the likes of Richie Sambora, and in the clip that we're going to show you today, she was playing with the King of Pop. So I give you Orianthi. Yeah, so she got called to do that gig, and that was This Is It, and that was during the time that Michael Jackson passed away. So what were you going to say, Jason?
Whether you like Michael Jackson or not, you're not a musician on stage with Michael Jackson unless you are all that in a bag of.
I wish I could have found the clip. There was a clip that she was playing a solo in a song, and he like stopped everything and stopped everybody and kind of coached her through the solo. And it was a little bit like what Dave Weiner was saying about building up the solo and having like a crescendo, right? So he's like, no, wait, hold here. He just totally laid it out for her. And then you get to that last note and you just play it and play it and play it, let it ring out and just let it build. It was really interesting to see his musicality when it came to the arrangement of the whole song, let alone all of the dances and the props and all of that. That would have been a good clip. That might have been a little hard to call that one out. But yeah, I mean, I think I saw her before that. I feel like she was on American Idol, actually. And it's kind of when I saw who she was. And then later on, she was in the Michael Jackson thing and has quite her own solo career, really strong Instagram presence, has put out some kind of cool little clips from her house during quarantine here. But yeah, great player. Yeah, Brad Miller said she has a great Instagram channel. Yes, true story. So
Orianthi, that she got to do all that and then have that tour pulled out, the rug pulled out when he passed away. Because I mean, like you said earlier, I can't imagine if she'd actually got to do that tour, what that would have done for her career. I mean, just doing what she did probably did a lot for her career, but being able to go and the experience of touring with Michael Jackson. I mean, there's a bunch of clips. That video, This Is It. The video that came out is pretty incredible. Like you said, his ability. There's a section in there when he's walking, doing the same thing with the keyboard player or a bass player, I think. And God, I mean, whether you like Michael Jackson or not, like, he's an amazing musician.
He was. Brad Miller said she played with Alice Cooper too. I didn't know that. Are you sure it wasn't John 5 that just looked like Orianthi from a distance? Because when I saw Alice Cooper, it was John 5. But yeah, it was really great. There's also, a video of her. I assume, I don't know this, that if her and Richie Sambora were dating, I don't know. But there's a video of those two on Norm's Rare Guitars that went in and tried out some guitars one day. So anyway, Orianthi. Maybe not quite the hidden gem, but certainly, yes, you can.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the show for the day.
Right. Take the rest of the half hour and go watch the Walrus video.
Clip you were talking about as part of the movie, he was a genius. Yeah, I mean, he was. He was from dancing to singing to orchestrating to the whole.
Right.
What a crazy life he probably had, though.
It's almost like he was in the entertainment business from the age of 5 or something like that.
Yes. When you forget, his brother. I mean, those guys played a lot of that stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Be interesting to see if he hadn't passed away where he would be as well. So things you just never know.
Mm-mm. Well, and Prince is another one. I mean,
yeah.
Where were you when you realized Prince was an incredible guitar player? When you realized that it wasn't just this kind of spectacle, the guy could actually play. I mean, there's a story with Billy Gibbons talking about that, when he knew about Prince or whatever, but when he saw him play and realized that he could throw down, there's this whole story with him talking about figuring out that Prince is a really, really good musician too.
Right. Well, because then there's that other wait, what moment. Do you remember where you were when you realized that Prince had written 100 songs for other people that you know?
Right.
So.
What? Brian says he may have broken his right hand?
Say what?
Yikes. That will slow down the video content there, Rye.
Armadillo wrestling? What happened?
Yes. I was just you beating an armadillo with a club?
Had him in a pot in the kitchen. Get back in now. Get in now.
So when Brian was a guest on the show the first time, I think one of the first things he told us is he killed an armadillo that day or something.
Just to watch him die.
Right.
The Johnny Cash moment.
Ben Combs looks better in his jeans, but Brian can kill an armadillo.
That's true.
Something went wrong with it. Swallow it bad.
Snake bite?
No,
that's not good.
No. Should be breaking your hand. All right. That is not good.
No.
Paul, you're late to the party. Tim left. Apparently, he said hi to you once or twice. You didn't answer him. He got upset.
That's right. Dropped the mic and walked out.
He did say he had to go a couple minutes ago.
I think he said I have to go because I think Paul's coming. I think is what he said, actually. I was thinking that same thing, Brian. The left hand would be, not that the right hand's great, but you could maybe get casted with the pick in the cast and still play like Frankenstein. But if it's a left hand, that would be a problem. Because then you'd have to be like Tommy Iommi and switch the guitar around and learn to play everything all over again.
So what else is going on?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. We were so excited and exuberant at the beginning of the show, and now we're like, I don't know. What are you doing? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
I'm leaning back and relaxing. I've been staring at this screen doing this all day. That's why.
Right.
Other things. Here's the trade. Right? This.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Off the board. He was out there. You need anything off your board? Yes. Get me some reverb fodder for that. It's a great pedal. It's a good pedal.
Tim's pedal's at least 2 knobs better. Because those tone shaping knobs, those controls on Tim's pedals, great. It's really good. I mean, you can get some really nasally sounds out of that if you want to. You can really push the mids up. You can get to the mids up to where it might want to chase you out of the room, but like there is some control. I'm struggling for a word. A vast amount of control with that. So
yeah, I mean, Brian will tell you that's a good pedal. It's a good pedal. Just I'm trying to find things to get rid of, and every time I look at a pedal to get rid of it, it's like, well, we have to keep that for the Tremolo series, or that has a really nice chorus on it. And we haven't done a chorus series. Should I keep it in case we do a chorus series? Because if I sell it now, we'll want it back when we do the chorus series.
right.
But there's never going to probably be a fuzz series. There's way too many pedals on fuzz. So Brian said he changed the tortoise pickguard on his telly for white. What color is your telly, Brian? But I think that Pat and I would disagree on that. I would say that's a good move. Pat would probably tell you to stay with the tortoise pickguard.
Probably. It's either got to be, the pearloid, sparkly, or tortoise.
I had the mother of toilet seat sparkly pearloid pickguard on my teal Strat at one point.
Well, if the PRSs I have had pickguards, I'd be looking for mother of toilet seat.
Yeah, natural white. Yeah. I like the single ply black pickguards too.
Yeah, the vintage ones. Those are cool.
I was thinking about that on that black telly for a little bit, putting the single ply black one on it, which maybe wouldn't look really good with it black, but if we reliced it,
bum, bum, bum. And the rest of the 28 minutes of the show went by just like that. We do. That is sort of our go-to, right? The things are slowing down. What she's talking about. Let's talk about relicking.
Relicking? If I relic the telly, could I put a black pickguard on it because there'll be enough wood grain showing through where they beat it with a hammer?
Right.
I
still think it was Dogpaw that's willing to just send whatever he wants. He'll relic it and give it back in 6 months.
Right. I'll relic it by playing it for 6 years.
Paul Ewing says he has a guitar where the whole top is toilet seat. Nice. Oh, he said natural. Okay.
I have a picture. Send me a picture.
Okay. Hey, give me 1 second because I think I have something on the porch that could be a slight unboxing. One moment, please. I don't want to disappoint, but it might not be there. But Amazon said it was there. 1 moment, please.
All right. Here's Brian's guitar.
Talk about relicking while I'm gone.
Yes. Let's see. Can I make that a little bit bigger? Boom. Look at that. So, natural white pickguard. That looks good, man. I like it. Are they twisted telly pickups in there? That guitar would look great if you reliced it. Scratch that pickguard up a little bit. I like the knob you chose on the... Is that a standard telly knob? That's good too. A traditional, like, 3 saddle bridge. Yeah, man. It has twisted telly pickups. Good. Dude, they sound great, man. They sound fantastic. These twisted telly pickups. Brian Landreth knocked it out of the park. I'm a convert. If you go look at that Wallace video at the end when Pat plays out, I'm playing the 92 Fender Telly with the Bigsby and the twisted telly pickups through a Fender hot rod plugged straight into it. It's just the guitar right into the amp, a little bit of reverb, and it sounds fantastic. I mean, I love the sound of it. It sounds great. So yes, knocked it out of the park. Every time we've used the telly, it sounds great. I keep grabbing it and playing it. Fabulous, man. All right, talk in the comments. I don't have Pat here to work off of. Gotta help me out. Oh, here he is.
Nope.
Just saying how good that the Twisted Telly pickup sounded. At the end of the Walrus video, and when I used it while you were playing lead,
Yeah.
straight into Defender, it sounds so nice.
I agree. It's kind of funny sometimes because every once in a while I'm like, oh, those pickups are not really hot. But then when you play them, you're like, man, but there is a clarity and a depth to those pickups.
Yeah, I really, really like them. I can't wait to use it live because even just playing that behind you, and I'm playing it. We kind of played the same progression.
Yeah.
You played it more open and whatever, and I was a little maybe I don't want to say funky, but whatever. But
You chopped it up a little bit.
Yeah, and with the telly on that clean side, sounds so good.
Yeah, you got to be kind of choppy and very rhythmic, but it didn't take up too much space. It's really interesting.
I was watching that when I was editing it and listening to you play and what I was playing underneath of you and stuff, and just thinking how much I miss playing every week.
Right.
Because, I mean, I don't know, and maybe this is whatever, but I felt like as I was watching that, I was like, wow, you can tell that we've played together a good bit.
Right.
And both when you're playing rhythm under me playing lead in the beginning and I'm playing rhythm under you in the end, I just felt like, except for that time, there's a time, if you watch when Pat plays, there's a time where I leave him, he climbs up to the high note and hits it and hits it and hits it, and then I die. I'm like, oh, there's the crescendo. He's gonna die out here, and he wanted to keep going apparently, and I let him hang. But there's a time in mine where I hit a note that I thought was a mistake, and then the way you covered that, the way you hit the chord underneath of that and let me come back in, actually is part of my favorite part of the solo now. So in my head when I was playing it, and I'm sure this has happened to some of you, in my head when I was playing it, I'm like, ooh, I just like screwed up. But when you listen back, I'm like, oh, that's nice. I like that. So sometimes I think our mistakes end up being like moments of accidental whatever.
Yeah, and I think that ability, I don't know if I want to use the word skill, has come from playing live, but it also came from being a guitar teacher, right? And I had a couple students that, you're trying to play under them so they can learn, and there might be something there. It's almost like my son's drum instructor one time said, it's not when you make a mistake, it's you're going to make a mistake, and what are you going to do? So a lot of times just those subtle adjustments or those kind of like playing through have come from doing that. And certainly I have plenty of other people cover for times when I'm like playing in the key of Z. So
right. I used to play with a bass player. It was so good that if you went into the wrong key, he would modulate with you. Right.
You did tell me that before. Yeah, that's a whole other ninja level.
Right. If I was playing in a minor key and then started playing in a major key, it was just being him and the drummer, he would automatically modulate into the major key with me, and then when I would switch back to the minor key, and I never did it on purpose because it wasn't good enough to try to do it on purpose. If I did it by accident, he was right there. It was pretty awesome.
Some accidental prog rock.
So Pete said, I have to get another telly and some twisted pickups because I already like my tellies as they are, and any excuse to get another. Yes.
Right.
But you don't have to buy necessarily an American-made Telecaster. Then go out and go find yourself a nice. But that '92 Mexican Telecaster plays great, and now it sounds great, and I bet it's not worth more than $300 or $400.
Yeah, I was playing that, when we kind of got back over to recording, and I'm just like, man, if someone would have told me this was a high-end American telly without looking at it, because it plays really nicely. Just even like the way the strings move, and of course it was set up too when Chris, put the Bigsby and stuff on there. But yeah, it's nice. I mean, that's like mine. That's like my 2007 Mexican telly. It's nice. Not that you can't find a dud and everything, but definitely.
Right. I know a lot of people that like the Mexican over some that even like the Mexicans over the American-made ones.
Mm-hmm.
So, was there something on the porch?
No, Amazon lied. It wasn't a guitar or a pedal, but it was guitar related. But we'll have to.
They lied?
I think it said it was delivered, but it wasn't there. And it was a little windy today, so the reason I was gone for a couple extra seconds is I was kind of peering around the sides of the porch to make sure it, hadn't.
I've had that happen once where Amazon or somebody said something. Well, I think it was USPS said it was delivered, but it wasn't, and I think they forgot, and the driver just put it as delivered and delivered it the next day.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
So are we back to relicking?
Yes. Yes. So sorry.
So should I? Dax and Company is in Lancaster. They have to be close to Tone Tailors. Actually, the only time I've ever seen one of their guitars in person, and I didn't spend a lot of time looking at it, they had one hanging in Tone Tailors one time. So it has to be close to Tone Tailors. I wonder if it would be worth. Should I reach out to them and send them a copy of the first makeover video? Send them the link to the last 19 conversations where we talked about them, and ask them if they want to do a collaboration and make over the telly.
Let's do it. The fans and friends will love it.
Because now I'm feeling like I really like the guitar. I mean, before it was like, yeah,
right.
I had one guitar I could beat up.
All right.
Ooh, Pete said 300, 400, not there. 800 or 900 here, there. Squires are 500. Now, Pete, can you buy from the U.S. and have it shipped? Would it be cheaper to do that, or is it because of exchange rate?
Yeah, man, I have friends in foreign countries, and I'm like, man, I wish there was a way to get stuff to you that didn't cost an arm and a leg.
Andrew said he looked at their website and was asking how much do they charge to relic a guitar.
Did it really even say? I feel like we've looked, but I don't remember.
I don't know. I'm trying to look up their website, and it's not letting me. Dax and Company Custom Guitars. Their page isn't working. Maybe they're not going to be willing to do that because their website is not there.
Right.
This page isn't working. Dax and Company is currently not able to handle this request.
Welp. All right, we're back to sending it to Dogpaw.
Right. It looks like their Facebook is working. And excuse me. What's the matter with me?
Allergies.
They have a Les Paul up on from April 14th that they just did. That looks nice. Doesn't look gold there. Is that original? That must be the original, and then that's the relic they did on it.
Oh, well.
That looks nice, but their page wasn't working. I'm sure it won't say here. So they're still not on Facebook. Dax & Co. If I do this and I get that, I don't know.
Yeah, that's not good.
And they said that you could ship them the guitar, like you could take the neck off the guitar and ship them just like if you just wanted to have the neck relic, or you could ship them the neck and the guitar, but take the neck off so it packs smaller. And I don't know. I mean, that's where I get worried. It's like the guitar plays really well right now. It's set up really well right now. Do we really want to like take the neck off of it?
Right.
And Chris said he had to put a shim in there. Do they? I mean, I guess they know how to put a shim back in. Brian says he'd send the telly to them. When I did that search, I saw Gear Page from 2016. Anybody familiar with them? He says, the first guy says they do nice work. He would recommend. I don't know. I mean, if somebody on the Gear Page recommended, I mean, we should all probably do it. All right. So what else? I think tomorrow, sometime this week, we're going to record. So I don't know if we'll be on every day this week.
I feel like we talked about tomorrow, maybe doing another live stream, right? And then
possible. It just depends. I need to. Well, this week is my last week done with school, so maybe we can start looking for some more guests and stuff after this week. This week is just crazy busy.
Yeah, you've got that, and my wife, who's been working out of town, is coming in too, so we'll figure it out.
Did Pete ever say why they're so expensive there?
Not that I saw.
Oh, exchange
import
rate,
tax.
import
tax, yeah.
tax. So we can't like send you one under the radar if there's an import tax on it. Brian says if the guitar is working, don't mess with it. There's Sean Zimmerman. Hey, Sean.
Brian's on that. Sean, hope you're feeling good. In case you missed it, Uncle Brian thinks he may have broken his hand, and he's on a steroid buzz currently. So, can you get him in on the stream for the last 14 minutes with the steroid buzz? They're the greatest 14 minutes of our YouTube career. Hi, Uncle Brian. How about is Uncle Brian high? Here's our new section, our new segment.
Oh no.
Lord knows we are. If you don't believe it, just read the comments.
Right. We haven't had one of those in a while, but we haven't put it in a while.
Right.
I'm kind of disappointed. I actually was thinking about that when we were recording the other day. I was thinking about it. I'm like, is this going to get us, when I was editing and watching, I was like, is that going to get us the "Are you stoned" comment that we always get?
Right.
No, we're just that stupid.
Right. You are right. I think once I sat down and plugged in a couple of these, I did start getting a little bit excited. Huh?
I was going to say, why don't you talk about the ones you checked out?
Well, I the one I can't because it's plugged in, but we've talked about this one before. This is the DLS Tremolo. Dave Sestito has been a great. No, look at that. Great friend of the show.
I'll find you. There you are.
There I am. Nope. Wait, no, that's my laptop. That's the wrong one.
There you are.
Hey, look, I'm back. You guys talking about relicking while I was gone? So DLS Effects Tremolo, built like a tank, heavy. First tap tempo tremolo I ever played. It has a rate knob, a depth. The tube warmth is kind of cool, and the shape kind of goes through the different sine waves.
Dave's flying under the radar right now, I think.
Yeah.
His stuff is fabulous. I mean, his stuff is really good.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, sure.
Like, you don't hear enough about DLS effects.
Right. I just heard my doorbell ring. I wonder if that's actually Amazon. It's not that important. I've left the show once. So I'm playing with this one just to try to... I played it. This would be one of the few pedals that wound up on my pedal board that I played live before we tried anything for the video, before we shot a video. So this one To tell you how good it sounds, I have a Caesar Diaz Tremodillo, which I've talked about ad nauseum. I had this on the board one week, and Jason had forgot that I had swapped it out because he heard this one, and it kind of had the same presence as the Diaz. So really cool pedal. Dave's been really kind to the show. Great guy. Looking forward to that. And then the infamous and elusive Robert Keely. He said yes to the dress, but he hasn't shown up for the ceremony yet. So we've got the Dynatrem. He makes some cool looking pedals. I love the fact it looks like a grill cloth on an amp, and it has my phone take a break there, focus. It's got a harmonic trem on here. So I found some kind of setting that I just to try something out with that. So Keely was kind enough to help us with this one. And then if you excuse it's not going to pop because I have it unplugged. One of the ones that, my goodness, like this one.
Yes.
The Cusack Tap Whirl. We had John Cusack on, and he helped us out with this one. And this pedal has so many features because this one toggle switch is banked A, B, and C. A, B, and C. And then it's controlled by, I believe, I don't want to change these settings because I have it set for a certain thing, but this thing does all kinds of wacky stuff. It does a stutter thing.
It's the knob above that ABC has 8.
9? 8, okay.
Has 8. So you have 8 different wave shapes, and you have 3 banks of 8. So there's 24 different wave shapes on it. And so you start off with like your normal, here's a sine, here's a triangle, here's a whatever, and then you get into like, here's a percussive, like, it's bizarre.
Here's a zombie apocalypse tremolo setting. So this one was fun. Probably of the 3 that I tried out, this is the one that I had the most bold setting on. So we're kind of starting to get through those because the way we did our Leslie series is the way we talked about doing the Tremolo series with kind of an opener. And these are the pedals that are going to be on. And then we don't play all of them right then, but we feature some. And so the ones we're kind of spending a little bit of time with now getting ready for the series are the ones that are going to be played in that opening series. And then every one is going to have its own episode.
And there's a couple guitar parts from like kind of pretty popular songs that use tremolo. I shouldn't say real popular, but I don't know. I've been trying to learn a couple of those, and when I've been fooling with it, I keep playing with the Flint, and what a fantastic pedal too. And then that has that 61 harmonic tremolo, a 63 tube, and a 65 photo trem on it, and then 3 different styles of reverb in it too. And it just, I don't know. There's a lot of good pedals, tremolo pedals. So
yeah,
keep your eye on the. Put it this way: when I list them on reverb, we try to break even,
right,
get our money back, and be the cheapest pedal on reverb so it sells. And if it were one of you and you want, we could probably. Well, depending on what it is, we would probably give a discount to somebody somebody that's watching the show.
Right. And some point in life, if we ever get to the Patreon channel level, maybe we would kind of do something on there. Bring yourself back into the show because you're going to be shocked to hear this, but I'm tired of looking at myself.
I didn't even realize.
There we go. I mean, I like looking at myself a little bit less than I like taking celebrity selfies. So.
Brian said, he has a real question to ask. Tim, do I understand he has a Tremolo and Brielle has a fuzz coming out? Yeah. I think actually Brielle in the next couple of days, he's doing a big muff circuit or whatever? He's doing like just a basic fuzz circuit with her, and she's going to be building that. And I think he said in the next couple of days that pedal will be coming out. I was surprised because I thought it would be a while, but no, it sounds like they're doing those soon.
Right.
And I don't know. I'm a huge supporter of that. Anything that, gets him sitting down with his daughter and working on something constructive and gets her to see value in doing something like that. I think it's awesome. So
right.
Definitely cool. And then, yeah, he has a tremolo. Apparently he built a tremolo for a while. I forget the name of it. I might have it. I might have the name of it in an email from him. It is the Tremo, the Tremolo.
Hmm.
And I think, oh wow, I didn't realize he sent me a picture of it.
Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Look at you go, Mr. Lewis. He's not even here. There it is. Tremolo.
Those clear knobs. I like clear knobs. They're kind of cool.
3 knobs and a switch. So, yeah. So he has that. I think he said maybe about 2.5 months for that.
Okay. Well, we'll be through about 3 episodes by the time that's done. Brian was saying you're not legit until Robert Keely yells at you. Yes. I did notice in the interim Robert Keely turned 50, so he was a little occupied. So I kind of feel like he's 50. Might have to lay off on you're considered the godfather of pedal modding. He's too young for that.
There's a small list of people that we have. Well, I mean, that we have to go back to. There's a small list of people that we have semi-communication with, not regarding this. And that we could ask. I would love to do like one more week where we have a bunch of cool guests.
Right.
Or like take it down to 2 or 3 times a week with a bunch of cool guests for a week or two before we end the series and move on to some other, whatever the live streaming thing becomes for us after that. Because I think right. It is something we'll continue. We've really super enjoyed doing it. I know if we went to, like we're joking about running out of stuff right now. I know if we went to like once a week or whatever, we wouldn't be running out of stuff anymore. But
hey, Guitar Hack jumping in.
Right. What's up, Hack?
Hey, Bent Tom. Okay.
Yeah. You've been lurking, Bent. I saw Bent moderating Ben Combs' channel when Tim was on yesterday.
Nice.
Right? So, if you haven't seen the Walrus video or the Stinger Fuzz video, we put those out. Stinger Fuzz was out on Saturday. Walrus was out on today. If you haven't seen those, check them out. That Aegis pedal, fantastic. Stinger Fuzz, fantastic. Mike Roblox joined the premiere today. And he's the guy that
I
hooked us up with a ridiculously cheap price on the Earthquaker.
Bent Tom said he got his Lawrence Petrot's Hayseed. Yeah, we still need to. Not that we're looking for another pedal at the moment, but we still need to get something of Lawrence's. He was a really interesting guy.
Well, your uncle friend bought one, right?
Yeah, he bought one of the mini. I think I should check in with him and ask him if he got it yet. I can't remember. I think when I first asked him, he didn't get it yet, and I can't remember if he then did get it, but hadn't had time to spend with it yet. That's worth me circling back. I think he got one of the small mini ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We get some of these cleared out. I know Brian has one of the 87s. I think the 87. Maybe we could work out some kind of swap with him for a week or so we could both record something new.
Mm-hmm. All right.
But look at us.
All right.
An hour of distraction or a distracted hour. I'm not sure.
Yeah. No, so he did. Okay. Because Bent Tom said, I got my new Lawrence Petrosh design Hayseed, a.k.a. the Luster pedal. And then he said that Lawrence changed the name to Luster as there is a Hayseed amplifier already. I have number 1 of 2 hayseed pedals. Look at you. Brian's like, whenever you're ready. Again, Uncle Bry's all jacked up right now. He'll agree to anything. All right, Brian, you send us your pedal board first, and then we'll send you something.
Sean said he said hi an hour ago and didn't send it.
No.
I do that sometimes when I'm like listening on my phone. I'll type in a comment. And like 5 minutes will go by and I'll look down and type another one and the original comment's still there. Did you notice? Did you guys notice the new YouTube update? It's freaking brilliant. Did you notice it, Pat?
I don't know that I did. I was on YouTube sort of infrequently with one eye on it when I was doing something else today. But
yeah.
I'll show you the new, for those of you that care, my fellow YouTube watchers. Give me 1 second, please.
talk about relicking.
Yeah. So, new YouTube update. And this is because the new Walrus video. If you hover, did you notice that this is now broken up? So whenever you, let me pause that. Whenever you, in the description, if you put timestamps in the description, it now breaks it up so you can see where the timestamps are. And then if you hover,
I did.
It tells you what that says.
I did see that because again, our Walrus video came out at noon, and I was just curious to see who else did it, and I saw that Henning did one as well, and I noticed that on his, and I thought, what was he doing that it showed up like that?
Right. It's
I did see that.
So those of you that are not putting timestamps in your description, we started putting timestamps down there because people kept telling us we talk too much, and we figured if we put timestamps, then then we can tell them and we put that little thing up in the beginning. Where is it? Right here. We always put that little hey, timestamps down there because we want to, we want to help people out.
Right, because they can't figure out how to scrub with their finger. But yeah. They call that the PJ and the Beard feature.
So it's a nice little feature. And if you're not putting timestamps in the description, highly recommend it. Because it's cool. How do I get rid of this? And all you have to do, just if you don't know, the way you do this is you just type the minute 0-00 and then put whatever you want behind it, and it does it automatically. You don't have to link it or do anything. You just need to type the number there in your description, and it will put the timestamps in for you. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Tom said that he saw 6 new Walrus audio videos listed today. I will tell you that I saw north of 20, but you're not allowed to watch any of those until you watch ours. I'm actually going to watch some of them later tonight.
I still think. Why doesn't it show the new video? I still think that JPEG is the best JPEG I've ever made. Just pat myself on the back.
Thank you, Bent Tom. We'll watch ours first, yes. Brian's like timestamps, sigh, ... one more thing to have to figure out.
Well, what you do, Bri, do it when you do the final kind of watch through. Because once you get everything kind of where you want it, and you do your final watch through, just write the timestamps down because I don't know. It forces you to do the final watch through because I probably wouldn't always do that if I didn't have to do that.
It's a new feature, aka get to the point, boys.
All right. That's it. That's our hour for today. We'll post tomorrow at some point if there's going to be one tomorrow, but we'll probably do another live stream or two this week, but there'll probably be a day where we get together too. So
true story.
Appreciate it. Right, Ben. I know how you feel. That's it, man.
All right. So we see all the familiar names, so I'm sure you've already liked and subscribed. But go check out the video. If nothing else, just to hear the pedal. Really, honestly, hear the pedal. The pedal is pretty nice. So with that, I'm PJ on behalf of the Beard, reminding you, no matter what you hear, you never have too much gear. Take it away, Cusack Tap Whirl for the Tim 10.
Yeah. See you later tonight on Live Wires at 9. Thanks. I like how it has that live stream. Live streaming. Somebody is going to package that into a pedal along with the tremolo. Have a good one, everybody.
See ya.